All right. Sorry about that. Forgot to turn the camera on. All right. How's everybody going tonight? Let's get the other set up. All righty then. Let's see who all shows up tonight. If you're just tuning in at a later date and just want to know what's going on, my name is Matt. This is Daddy Duck 365 Live. I call it In the Blind. We just talk about a whole lot of stuff about duck hunting and whatnot. This particular and all my live streams brought to you by Comp and Choke Tubes and Salt Creek Custom Ammo. We just talk about duck hunting and anything else in between, conservation, food, who knows what we'll end up talking about tonight. But if it's your first time in here, don't forget, leave a like. And if you're coming in here you want to post a comment. Let me know who's all in here. All right. Jeff, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? How's your dog doing tonight or doing this week? You have a good weekend? Were you able to see the eclipse tonight? Or today? Was that possible where you were at? We got a partial. I didn't even go outside. I didn't even worry about it. Oh man, what a week already. It's just Monday. Weekend did pretty good. I hardly did anything. Friday was kind of messing around the house, doing some stuff around here that needed to get done. Saturday we were out, had to go pick up some things at Lowe's, some tomato plants, some bell peppers and all that good stuff. And I went and picked up about 20 bags of mulch that I got to put out this week. A few other small things. Finally got my lawnmower running. Was able to cut grass. That was nice. Didn't have to borrow anybody's lawnmower, and I didn't have to go buy one. So I hope to buy one by next year. That's going to be 80%. I picked up snow goose spread. I got you. Yeah, I got some videos that need to be edited, but to be honest, I really haven't had the time. I mean, I get off work at 5:00, and by the time I get done with a little bit of training and then get supper, I'm ready for bed. I'm done. I'm hoping that this weekend coming, I'll be able to get some videos edited. I got a new video that I just got some information on, and I'm working on it. Just got it in tonight, so it's going to be, if I hadn't even looked at the stuff yet. And once I do, if it's what I think it is, it's going to be an eye opener type video. So I'm really hoping I can get it done this weekend as well. Oh, looks like it's just me and you tonight, buddy. I guess everybody's still trying to figure out where the eclipse is. But yeah, that's just the weekend was just kind of laid back, man. It was really laid back. That's all I can tell you. Like I said, we had to go to Lowe's, pick up some stuff, did a little bit of yard work afterwards, cooked some very delicious chicken wings Saturday afternoon. That was pretty, that was good. We sat there and ate chicken wings that night. Welcome in, y'all. If y'all leave a comment in the comments so I know who's all here. Like I said, we just sit here and we talk about ducks and duck hunting and how our weekends went and what we did and what we didn't do. Oh, Macy is great retrieving without a e-collar on, but now she wants to run off any ideas. If you've got a 30-foot check cord and that e-collar is still giving her fits, put a check cord on her and throw them very short and then bring her back to you. Bring it back to you. Shouldn't take but just 2 or 3 times. As old as she is in the training she's supposed to have gotten, she's what, 9 months. So I would I put a check cord back on her. Hey, Charles. I've been trying to contact a friend of mine. He's out of Florida. Southern Loon Retrievers, and I think he has. I know he was on TikTok, and I know that he would. He used to have a lot of TikTok videos, but he's quit doing them. And I've kind of heard through the grapevine he's getting out of the retriever business of training other people's dogs because there's really nowhere to retrieve and do workout sessions in Florida because of the alligators. So I heard he's kind of getting out of that business, but I've been trying to get him on here, Jeff. I've sent him messages. I'm not getting any response. So I don't know if he's completely gotten off the grid or what, but I've been trying to get him to come on here and maybe answer some of your questions. I'm gonna keep trying. But yeah, like I said, the weekend was just laid back, man. I didn't hunt, I didn't fish. Well, she was bringing me the bumper. It's when I take her out of the yard to put her in the van to go train. All right, so you're going to a new place, and let me guess, she's picking it up and running around smelling stuff. I don't know if you're doing this or have been doing this. Go for a ride and put her in the van, go for a ride, come back to the house and then train in the yard. And the next day, put her in the van, go for a drive, and then take her someplace to train. And when she gets out, let her run around for a little while. I always let Bougie, I turn her loose and I just let her run. And, she gets a lot of energy out. She goes around sniffing stuff. I I actually had a problem with her today. She was doing the same thing. She would go and pick the bumper up and come back. As she was coming back, she'd kind of veer off and go smell stuff. And so I had to correct her a couple of times. I don't pop her when she's got a dummy in her mouth, but I scold her, and finally she gets back to me. But let her get out and let her play. Let her run a little bit. Give her a couple of what I call hup ups. No, she is running off from my fenced yard to the van. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're trying to say here. No, she is running off from my fence yard to the van. Yeah, maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're trying to say here, buddy. But I just let her run. I let Bougie run for a little while. Let her burn off some of that excess energy. And what's going on, brother? Right. Oh goodness. She runs the neighborhood when I take her out of the fence and won't listen. Oh, that's not good. Let me ask you this. Does she listen when she has the collar on? Because I put the collar on Bougie, but I may never activate it. I just put the collar on her. It sounds to me like you need to go back to school with her on obedience and put her on a check cord, make her sit, and then bring her to you with a check cord and take her back to school utilizing a check cord. She shuts down when she sees the collar. Well, what I'm getting at is put a collar on her until you get into the van, till you get her loaded up. And then when you get there, if you're going somewhere to train, take it off of her. And just see how that works. Because if she's thinking she may get popped by not listening, I mean, they're, you know, I think I mean, I know good and well your dog got burned big time by whoever trained her. I mean, I've been taking Bougie back to school. I mean, we've been going back to obedience training here lately. I mean, I'll throw a few dummies in the yard for her, but I've been keeping her home and just doing sit, heel, come, stay, blowing the whistle, you know, that kind of stuff. Just taking her back to school for a while. And it was just no part of the training portion of it. Is just my time has been. I've just been so busy with other things that I get maybe 20 minutes in the afternoon, and if I try to go somewhere with her, that's going to take up about 15 of it, and then I don't have very much time to actually work her. So I've been doing a lot of going back to school, going back to obedience training, and then throwing a few dummies for her in the yard just to burn off some energy. And you may need to do that. You may just need to go back and like when I like in late in the afternoons when I go check the mail, a lot of times I will walk her to the edge of the road because I have to cross the road to get my mail to where my mailbox is. And I'll make her sit right in the driveway, and I cross the road and then come back. If she moves an inch, I turn around, walk back, and I place her back where I started. She listens great in the fence. It's outside the fence, and I'm on crutches, so I can't lead her. Okay. Well, Jeff, I didn't know you were on crutches. If you put a collar on her, and I'm not talking about throwing dummies or doing anything, will she stay close to you, or she just squats and doesn't move? Kind of curious. What's going on, everybody else? If you're in here for the first time, do me a favor, drop a comment down below. Let me know who you are and where you're at, that kind of stuff. We're just talking right now. We're talking dogs and dog training. I'm not sure how many of y'all turkey hunt. If y'all are turkey hunting now, I do turkey hunt, but I have not even been this year. I've been out scouting a little bit, but I can't seem to. She stays close, but she is tight and shuts down. That's why I'm saying put it on her to get her in the van. Keep it on her till she gets to where you're going. And then, if you're in a big field or whatever, then maybe take it off of her and let her run a little bit, burn off some energy. And then get her back, and then start working her a little bit. See how she does that way. I do it. She may figure it out that, it's not such a bad thing. Saturday's opening day for you for turkeys. Okay. I hadn't even been, Charles. I haven't had time. Been out scouting a little bit. Checking some fields, but I hadn't even seen anything in the fields. I talked to my brother-in-law, and there's been nothing on his place. It's like they left right after the deer season ended. So I may end up giving them a reprieve this year. Did have an issue with the Sweet 16. I don't know if I told y'all guys this on the last streams or not, but right after duck season, and I'm thankful it was right after duck season, for some reason, my new Sweet 16 would not cycle. It would either stovepipe the shell that was shot, or it would throw it completely out and would not feed the second round. I did not know that, Jeff. I honestly did not know that, dude. But I took it last week. Granted, I took this gun completely apart. I mean, I took it way down, all the way down the springs, cleaned it, shot it again, did the same thing. Took it to a gunsmith here in town and told him what was going on. He said, well, first of all, we'll give it a deep clean. They called me back and said, hey, your gun is not dirty. That's not the problem. But when we pulled, he asked me, did I pull the bolt apart? And I told him, no, I didn't. I didn't pull the bolt. I didn't strip the bolt all the way down. The ejector seemed to be fine. Nothing seemed to be broken or not working. He said, well, we noticed there was no firing pin spring in your bolt. And that took me back. I said, well, what happened? Did it fly out when you were taking it apart? He goes, no, there was never one there. But the schematics on the Browning A5 Sweet 16 show that it has a spring. Well, luckily, and this is weird too, they had just gotten another Sweet 16 Browning, brand new. This was not a Wicked Wings. This was the regular steel and wood. It had a bent firing pin and no spring in it. So they ordered new firing pins and springs for that gun, but they ordered some extras. So they put a spring in the gun, and they took it out the next day and they fired it, and it shot a full box of shells without missing a lick. I have not shot it yet. I got it back Saturday. That's when we were out. Me and my wife were doing some running around, going to Lowe's and places. So by the time I got done with everything, it was too late to go out to the range, or just too late to go out anywhere. And plus I wanted to do some cooking that afternoon. So I personally have not shot it, but I'm hoping to take it out Friday and run a box of shells through it, see what happens. Because if not, if it still starts hanging up again, then we got to send it back to Browning. And I'd rather do it now than have to wait. Yeah, this is a new gun. Sure is. It's a new gun. It sure is, buddy. And like I said, they had another Sweet 16 Browning, a new gun. It was maybe 6 months old. And the guy, he shoots, goes out and shoots skeet, and goes down to the sporting clays range or whatever, shoots skeet and clay pigeons and whatnot, dove hunts with it, does all this stuff. And all of a sudden his gun was not shooting at all. It would not go off. And they took it apart, and the firing pin was bent, and it did not have a firing pin spring in it. Like I said, the schematics show that it's supposed to have one. It's not a free-floating firing pin. So I'm wondering how many guns that are out there right now that don't have springs in them. And I mean, this is my primary gun. I mean, you can't see. I mean, you can't see them because I'm in the way. But there's a whole bunch of them in that cabinet behind me. And but that Sweet 16 is my primary gun. Mark J. Larson, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you coming in as always. Hope you're having a great night. Hope you had a great weekend. Hello, John from Hunting and Stuff with J&J. Glad you could make it. Hope you had a good weekend. Did any of y'all get to see the sun disappear? If so, just leave me a comment. But yeah, Jeff, again, this was both guns were new, relatively speaking, they were new guns. And, you know, we shouldn't be having that kind of problem, but you know, you're always going to have something. I mean, you can't get, you hate it when it happens, because I really do like Browning and I really do like this Sweet 16, but I'm always going to wonder if it's going to go off now. Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, Jeff, I would have never thought that a firing pin spring would have affected the cycling of a gun. I'd have never thought that. I would have thought, you know, ejector problem would have been my first thought. My second thought is it's inertia. So maybe the inertia system is gummed up or gunked up, you know, having issues, you know, just being dirty. Even the magazine tube being jammed up with something, you know, so it's not letting the shell drop out. But never would I have thought that it was a firing pin spring. That's why I said I'm going to take it out Saturday and run a box through it. I'm just going to step up to the line, and I'm going to load them in as fast as I can and shoot them as fast as I can, just to ensure that it's running. Oh, bougie down here by my feet. Caught a partial eclipse here in the parking lot at work around 3:15. Yeah, I didn't even go out, man. I didn't even go. I didn't even. Oh man. But that's I mean, that's what's been going on here. You know, I'm glad I mean, right now it's, you know, I haven't done the video on it yet, but I bought a new a sight, a hollow sight, because I wanted to turkey hunt with the gun. I had to take it off. I had to take my camera off. I had to take my sling and swivels and all that stuff off. I had to take my old choke, my new chokes, my comp and choke tubes. I had to take them out and put in their choke tube. Because I didn't want any in case we did in case we didn't in case we had to send it off. They luckily, like I said, they replaced that spring, and he went out and shot it that afternoon, and it like I said, it cycled a box of shells. So something to get a full. Yes, we did 2018. Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. Now I did go out and watch that one. But that's been it. I'm sorry, I'm answering text messages. Sorry about that, guys. Can't seem to get left alone. But yeah, we've had gun issues. Pretty much my gun's pretty much taken all the way down. I got to put it back together. Got a lot of things I need to get going on. The Benelli click. And I don't know how old his gun is, but that can be solved with the new Sure Cycle kit if you haven't already. I have one in back here, and I found that sometimes I didn't push the shells all the way in, and they bump out a little bit, or the inertia system would get really cruddy and dirty. I did get a it's technically it's not mine yet, but it will be handed down, and it is behind me. But I ended up getting a Beretta 686 410 over and under, the silver pigeon grade, and we shot it last weekend, and not this past week, the weekend prior, and boys, I'm gonna tell you what, that is a sweet gun. You wouldn't think you'd have anything to do with a new gun. Yeah, I don't know how. I have always, I've, all right, this is gonna sound weird, but I have treated new guns like I treat new clothes. I'm gonna wash and clean them before I put them on. Hey, RD, how you doing, man? I'm gonna get them washed. Tell Noah I said hey. And I'm gonna wash and dry my new clothes, and I'm gonna do the same thing with a new gun. I'm gonna break it down, and I'm going to clean it. What's up, Chris? What's the matter? You can't handle that 16 gauge anymore? Oh, I can handle her, dude. I'm just telling you now. I got this little 410, and we're going to have a 410 duck hunt next year. I'm waiting on that one. He just said, tell it. Hey, was that him? Was that him on the taking over your lawnmower, man? You better get that boy a weed eater. But no, Chris, I don't know how much you heard, but we need to get on a swan hunt. Yeah, I'm not taking that on a swan hunt. I don't know. It depends on how close they are. I may have to carry 2 guns that day. But I had some issues with the Sweet 16. I think we got it resolved without having to send it back. I'm going to test it this weekend. Hopefully, I'm going to run down to the range. It just still baffles me that a firing pin spring could keep a shell from ejecting. That just makes no sense. But they put one in, and now it ejects fine and feeds the other shell in. I don't get it. I don't understand that. I just can't get my head wrapped around that one. If any of y'all can explain it, let me know, because I can't. Why that would happen. But yeah, I got his little 410, and I can put my hands on a 410 automatic, semi-auto, and I may take it out on a duck hunt. I'm kind of excited for this upcoming year. We're just gonna be shooting all. We're definitely gonna have a 410 hunt. We're definitely gonna have a 410 hunt. I've already contacted a couple guys, and they said they have them, and we're gonna get some shells, and we're gonna go out on a 410 duck hunt. That should be really fun. Oh, well, we gonna get on. You get the permit, dude. We're going. Oh, dude, I'm gonna tell you right now. We got a spot. We got a spot that it's generally, if you can't shoot your limit, it's just because you're not shooting good. I mean, it's just that simple. Sounded like when they took it apart to put the spring in, something wasn't lined up right. I don't know either, man. If the pin don't go back, maybe the ejector can't grab the shell. Maybe I'm not joining a 410 hunt. We don't have enough ducks to take that one shot chance. I'm just saying, dude. I think I don't know. I have no clue on why a firing pin spring. I don't know, but like I said, Jim over at Jim Strong at Strong Arms here in Sumter. If you guys, I know most of y'all are not from here, but some of y'all may be listening. If you're from Sumter, man, go see Jim Strong. If you got gun issues, take it to Jim. He's got a guy that works in there, Ronnie, and Ronnie is a wizard. I mean, he really is. He'll get you up and running. But they got a good selection of firearms as well. So And they're good people. They're just good people. If you get a chance, go out. I know 521 North out of Sumter. But like I said, he shot a box through it, man. It did real well. But I gotta put a box through it myself, so I'll be doing that hopefully. We'll see what happens. Oh, I gotta get some work on my boat. Gotta work on my boat trailer. Man, I got so much to do. I did get out and cut the grass this afternoon. I mean, I got off at 5 o'clock and I went straight outside. I grabbed a lawnmower. I cut the grass. I guess I got that done for the week. I just need to pick a project and get it done one afternoon. Just pick a project, do it, get it done in the afternoon, and until everything gets done, then I can get back to doing some other stuff. Like I said, I got a couple videos I've been trying to get edited. A lot of guys around here going to a 28 gauge. Yeah. You had to build a fence, want to trade. I got to build a fence too, Bo. I got to replace my fence. I got to replace it. It's got to get done this year. The post is still good, but I got to pull the planks down and possibly replace the 2x4s and then put some new paneling up. And I got to build a new gate. I got to pull the old gate down and replace it with a new one. Woody Slayers, what's going on, man? I ain't seen you in a long time. Where you been? Jeff said a lot of guys going to a 28 gauge. Jeff, I want a 28. I really do. I want one. I know Mossberg has one in their SA line. They're fairly inexpensive. And I've been thinking about getting one as well. And just because, and a lot of it's to hunt with and, you know, that kind of thing. A lot of the other stuff is just so I can say I got one. Y'all know I test out a lot of ammo and, you know, I can test out 410s, 20s, 16s, and 12s in ammo. And if I had the 28, all I need is a 28 and a 10 gauge. I don't have a 10 gauge, believe it or not. And I want one. I'm not going to buy a brand new one because I'll never hunt with the thing. All I'll ever do is test ammo out of it. So, but I do want one that's in a semi-auto because I don't want to feel that 10 gauge on my shoulder. Y'all can imagine. Who doesn't know what a shiwi is, look it up. I'm not driving in that either, Jeb, but if you want to see this and possibly get one depending on your outdoors remote travels with them. Okay. Send me an email on it, Anti. Oh, yours is barbed wire? No, I ain't replacing no barbed wire, dude. I did that once in my youth, and I never want to mess with that stuff again. Just got you some saltwater ammo for turkey season. Awesome. What did you get? I mean, I know you got cold turkey. What gauge and what size shot and all that kind of good stuff. Tell me what you got. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be highly impressed with it. You're going to be highly impressed with it. Take it out, get your gun, go open. I will tell you this, go open choke. You will be surprised how tight that stuff shoots. I'm serious. I am dead serious. And it seems like the tighter you go, the more your pattern gets all messed up. There's a sweet spot in there between improved and cylinder, and skeet is usually right where it's at. And I'm just telling you. But I did some testing on it a couple weekends ago, and unfortunately, a lot of my video did not come out. I had some camera. I didn't realize I was having some camera issues, and so I've got to go back and reshoot this thing. I got to put my gun back together and go reshoot it, which I really, really don't want to. Nothing tighter than an improved. Nothing tighter than an improved modified. Especially if you're shooting ducks. Especially if you're duck hunting with it. Oh my gosh. An 8 gauge. Oh my gosh. I would like to have one just to have it. I'd put it on the wall, make a shadow box, put some ducks around it, just to have. That would be a great thing to have. Oh, who is texting me now? Come on, y'all. Oh. Let's see. I got some 28 gauge 10 shot using an improved. Oh, yeah, you're right about the ammo. I love it. Shoots perfect. Yes, it does. I'm gonna tell you now that I'm assuming it's TSS. You're saying 10 shot. I don't know. Are you saying TSS? Are you saying number 10 shot? Because you're almost shooting TSS dust. That's what we call it. Ten TSS. Yeah. I have yet to get that load yet. But we've been talking about it and trying to get something lined up. What I'm trying to do is build. Of course, I shoot a 16 gauge, guys, so I really want to perfect the perfect 16 gauge duck load. And I know a number 9 is about as close as you're going to get. A number 9, I mean, if I can shoot a swan with a number 9, you can shoot any other bird. Any other. I mean, there's I mean, from puddle ducks to geese, swans. I know you can shoot even sea ducks and divers. So, but we're working on. He's working. I shouldn't say we. He is working on something that I think is going to be a big thing. So I'm going to ask the guys in here, and there's 7 of you in here. So if you could all please put this in the comments. What all right, what do you think your perfect duck load would be for the guns that you shoot? And we're really talking about TSS. So if you've shot TSS before, you know. If you haven't and you're thinking maybe, what is your perfect load? What would you like to see? What gauge? What? How many ounces a shot? You know, what type? Whether a number 7, 8, 9, 10 shot in TSS. How many feet per second you would want it to be? Do you shoot most of your ducks at decoy ranges? So I would say 35 yards inward would be what I consider decoying ranges. Or do you shoot pass shots mostly, and you want something a little bit bigger, you know, for pass shooting? Just tell me what y'all are thinking. And then put it down in the comments. I'm kind of curious as to what y'all are looking for, and what would you get? You know, in TSS, Woody, in TSS. Now, this is all TSS shots. So number 5 3-inch, 1 1/8 ounce. 1 1/8 ounce, 4 shot, 1550. Okay. Charles. Three-inch. You're putting a 1 1/8 ounce shot in a 3-inch shell. You got a lot of wiggle room in there, buddy. I want a TSS blend, 7/8 or 1 ounce, 2 3/4. Because we're talking, if you're talking even number 4 in TSS, you're probably going to have a lot of wiggle room. If you're saying TSS. What's your favorite duck blind snack? A snack? Jay's fried apple pies, brother. You get them out of Dollar General for $1 or less. Sometimes you can pick them up for 50 cents. But those Mr. J's apple pie, fried apple pie. That's my favorite duck blind snack. Forgive me, did you say what I will be taking down with it? What? I get confused. I get confused easily, Anti. I was talking about the shells, duck hunting. What would be your favorite load? gauge, and we're talking TSS. So it'll be gauge, shot size of TSS, load, speeds, that kind of thing. If that's what you're referring to. If not, I have missed something and you have completely baffled me, brother. But that's funny you say that, because Salt Creek Custom Ammo has a new Facebook page called Salt Creek Ammunition Patterning. It's on Facebook, and we were talking there. These are guys that are putting, showing pictures of their patterns that they're getting from his ammo and stuff like that. And I posted up that Swan that I had shot at 40 yards with improved cylinder number 9, and it was like, what? And one of the guys says, well, it depends on what you're taking. It'll take down anything. Keith said it'll take down anything. It'll take down a Swan, take down anything. And one guy posted down, but it won't take down a Zebra. And I was right back at him and said, well, if you got one hanging around, let me know. I'll give it a go. Have you ever had a strawberry Danish in the duck blind? One of the best things ever. No, I don't think I've ever had a strawberry Danish. Ever. I don't think I've ever had a strawberry Danish. I've had blueberry Danishes, that kind of stuff. I don't think I've ever had a strawberry. But my favorite meal, I mean, you guys know this. I cook biscuits and sausage a lot. So 20 gauge number 9 is a TSS because I could run across a goose anytime. What are your ranges? What are your ranges, Jeff? What kind of ranges are you looking at? Are you looking in the decoy ranges? Or are you looking at possibly a pass shooting scenario, or a combination of those? And the reason I'm asking these is I want to get a load, especially in the decoys. Okay, I want to get a load for my 16 where I'm shooting anywhere from cylinder to improved cylinder that day, and I want to take it out, and I want to go at decoy ranges, and I want to go to possible pass shooting ranges, and then a little bit beyond, just because, well, we can. And I want to see what kind of patterns we're getting on that particular load. Hey, Craig, what's going on, man? How's the baby otter doing, Bubba? Have you got him sold yet, or is he still hanging around? Right. I got you, Jeff. I have not patterned any 20 gauge TSS yet. Maybe I can get a hold of some. It'd be interesting. I really would. It'd be real interesting. The only thing I have in 20 gauge would be an improved cylinder. That's the most open choke I have on that. Oh, yeah, dude. We're going to hunt. We're going to hunt. Yeah, I still want to hunt. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm going to drag the boat and everything and come on up, drag the cookers, and come up and hunt with y'all. Try to get a couple days out of it. Not going to sell, looking for someone who wants to hunt him this season. Oh, okay. Well, bring him. We'll get him on a dove hunt this year, man. See what he's done. Training is great. Yeah, we'll get him on a dove hunt and see what he's doing. Let him and Bougie run around. He will be on birds shortly. Yeah, a skeet choke. For some reason, Jeff, your comment did not come up on my computer, but it's on my iPad. So Jeff asked, is a skeet choke looser than improved cylinder and tighter than cylinder? It is, yes. So it'll be, well, there's a negative choke. There's a negative choke, right? And then there's cylinder, and then there's skeet, and then there's improved cylinder. I've been thinking about getting a negative choke just to see what it does. But I will tell you this, Jeff, and I know a lot of y'all are going to go, ooh, I don't know if I want to do that. But I actually heard this from the guy who makes Mueller choke tubes, and Keith with Salt Creek has done it, but he has patterned some of his guns or some of his shot with no choke tube, bare threads, and he's getting some crazy patterns. So he's getting some crazy patterns with it. Crazy patterns with TSS. And the way the wads are nowadays, you know, that shot is still in the wad as it's exiting. And it's like a millisecond after it exits is when the shot disperses. So none of that shot is hitting those threads, and it will not hurt. It will not hurt your threads. So I know a lot of guys, and even including myself, I kind of cringe at not doing it, but you know, you could shoot it bare thread. And that's all shot too. That's steel, lead, bismuth, TSS. I might have to go get some more tea here in a minute. But I think I think that's what I'm gonna do this year is I'm gonna be ordering probably TSS. Um, and I love bismuth, but I think I'm gonna go straight TSS this year. That is some awesome stuff, guys. If you haven't tried it, you really need to. You really need. I know it's expensive. I got it. Um, but I think it's worth it. I mean, we spend, especially a lot of us that don't have that many ducks to begin with. Um, we really need to make our shots count. And I got 2 pair of summer ducks nesting on the back pond. That is awesome. Man, I don't think I've left my house in a couple of weekends. I gotta get out. But yeah, I got this new little Beretta, this little 410 Beretta, and I think I'm going to go ahead and order a couple of chokes. Probably order a buddy blew out a fixed full choke and an old A5. He cut it off and has the best pattern I've ever seen. Ain't that something? I'm gonna order some comp and chokes for that 410. I'm gonna pattern it with some 410 TSS first with what I have. To see how, just to see, and then go from there. Right now, I have a cylinder and an cylinder and skeet. I believe there's a cylinder and skeet in there right now. It's either cylinder and skeet or it's either cylinder and improved. I can't remember. I'd like to see what that does. Some number 9 or some number 10 TSS, 3-inch. Go out and shoot some ducks with that. That will be a kicker. That will be the kicker. I got to see if I can mount my camera to that over and under. Barrels might be it might be just too big for it. Mark J. Larson is back. Internet was cutting out. Okay. Welcome back, Mark. Craig says he's getting ready for turkey on Saturday. Walk the river behind the back pond today. It's crazy in there. Beautiful place. Biggest trees I've ever seen. Awesome. I am quite sure there's some birds in there. I hadn't even been, man. I don't even know if I'm going this year. I mean, I got my tags are sitting right over here. I want to go and I don't want to go all at the same time. Officer seen on video cutting students Trump flag on Ole Miss Arkansas game. Well, I hope he gets arrested for vandalism. Hey guys, I hope y'all excuse me for just a minute. I'm gonna go refill my tea glass. I'll be right back. Y'all go ahead and chat amongst yourselves. Oh. All right. Sweet tea ain't tea, it's swamp water. I don't care what you say it is. I like it. I did not, Jeff. We were only going to see a partial anyway, and to be honest with you, I kind of forgot about it. I like my swamp water. Oh my goodness. No, I don't mind, dude. Give me a text. Give me a holler, man. I like hunting with younger crowds. That way they get to do all the work. I can just sit back and relax. Oh, Bougie's down here by my feet, guys. She just chilled out. I kind of ran her a little ragged this afternoon. If I didn't think she'd freak out, I'd get a little harness and attach that harness to like a bicycle and have her pull me around the neighborhood, man. Because I would tell you, this dog's got more energy. Wow. I would like to, Woody. Unless y'all have a dog and you don't want me to bring my pup. I have a rule that I don't bring my dogs on a duck hunt unless the people who are with me say it's okay. Because it's just, if you got your own dogs, you don't want them, they never hunted together and whatnot. You don't want them getting into a confrontation or whatever. No, man, we got plenty of time to talk about that. Plenty of time. Oh, she definitely does. Um, we didn't quite make our goal last year, and but we did our dangest to try to hit our goal, and I really want to get that goal this year. Um, of how many retrieves I can get out of her. Let's see here. What else, man? Um, I do have I got a video I'm working on. I just got some information on it today. Um, I think it's going to be an eye-opening type video. It's going to be a conservation piece. Um, I'm going to be working on it hopefully this week and the weekend. Try to get it out as quickly as I can. But I want to do it justice. So hopefully, like I said, I've got to start working on this. I got to start working on it tomorrow night. I got to sit down and review some stuff and get the video and get the B-roll all together. And I got to get up there and see Craig. That's what I got to do. I need to get up there in North Carolina and see Craig. Get up there and hang out with him for a couple days. The only thing, Jeff, and Craig, you've trained enough dogs in your life. Um, I'd say he's got to go back to school, Jeff. He's just got to go back to school. Um, and go back to your basic obedience. Um, socializing him different places. Put him on a check cord. Put him on a check cord for a while. That I'm sitting there reading comments, the chat room guys. So I'm sorry about that. Let's see here. Gone over a lot of what I got coming up, what I'm trying to get to come out. As far as these videos, man, I've just been I've kind of been slack on it, man. I'll just be quite honest. I got to get back in the groove. Yeah, I don't want to hurt anything, dude. You still got plenty of time before the season comes in. Um, put her on a check cord, man, and put her on a check cord, and go back to basic obedience. That's the only thing I can think of right now. I mean, she's been burned on that e-collar, and every time you put one on her, she cowards down. Ooh, that's not good, Craig. That's not good because alligators move on that river. They're gonna move into them ponds, Bo. They will slide over into those ponds. I've never. Well, I don't. I mean, I use a collar on bougie, but I don't always use it. If you know what I mean. Um. So when I break the collar out, when I come in here and I take it off charge, they better stay real low profile. Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, 7-8 to the head, man. Mm. But when I break it out, I mean, she gets excited. She knows she's getting ready to go have some fun. And I never pop her when she's got a dummy in her mouth. I will not do that. They do eat good. You got that right. Oh, stretch. You know, there is something special about having a dog at your feet while you're sitting in a chair. Got her foot laying down across your, got her face laying down across your foot. I use a regular choke collar, like a pin, not the ones with the spikes, the pinch, but just a regular choke collar. That's just what I use. I know guys that use the pinch collar as well. If you got one, use it. But I still use a check cord on Bougie at times. When I got her in the yard and I got her searching, just to woe her up a little bit. But I'm training her for different things as well. So not just retrieving ducks. So, but yeah, I still use it. I still use it from time to time. Like right now, we're going back to basic obedience. So I put a choke collar on her and a check cord, and I let it drag behind me, and I hold on to her while we're at heel, and then when we're using the dummy launcher, I've had a friend of mine here the last couple of days has helped me out a couple of times, and he'll walk off a ways with a dummy launcher, and I'll hang on to the check cord, and when he fires it off, if she breaks, I can, pull on it to get her to sit back down until I send her. Hogs on the walk-em-all and alligators on the lumber. Not good either way. You got that right. What else, gentlemen? We got about 4.5 months. I know that. 4 months, 3 weeks, give or take. We'll be back at it again. Once it gets closer to duck season, I'll start putting out more duck related stuff. I got some videos in limbo right now that I'm waiting on till later on, about midsummer, before I start sending them out. But I got some other things trying to get out, trying to work on. It's just been tough, man. Trying to get up with content, and then when you do get it, it never fails. I thought I had some great footage. I get home and the dadgum camera malfunctioned enough to aggravate you to death. I thought I had some good video on some skeet shooting, and video didn't take enough to aggravate you to death. But Jeff, I take her back to school for about 10 days. If I were, I would take her back to school for about 10 days. Gator, snakes, and hogs. I don't know how you southern boys even leave the house. Yeah, and a Bigfoot. Guys, I have seen the picture, and I am here to tell you, I do not know what it is. I do not know what it was. I'm going to be honest with you. I have been in that swamp he's talking about by myself with Bougie. and even Bougie stayed by my side. I walked in there by myself one time, and walking wild. What's going on? I'm glad you could join us. First time I've seen this handle in the chat. Welcome. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up if you like what you're hearing. But tell me where you're from. Tell me where you're from. I got guys from all over the place: North Carolina, Iowa, South Carolina. And I got people everywhere. Yeah, Charles, I'm gonna tell you, I've seen the picture and I don't know what it is. I honestly I can't tell you. And yes, I do believe in Bigfoot, but I cannot tell you what this is. There is something big in that swamp. That's all I can tell you. There's something big. But I don't know what it is. South Carolina, bumped into you at the SCWA booth at the Classic. Oh, you were the guy I was talking to? Okay, cool, man. Welcome in. Glad you could make it, brother. Hey, we're just talking ducks, dogs, guns, shells. I think we're getting ready to get into a Bigfoot talk about. My buddy up in North Carolina, Craig, he sent me a picture of the swamp that he has, and all I can tell you is big, it's hairy. I don't know what it is. I have no clue to what that thing was. I saw some juvenile Bigfoot tracks before. Listen, I believe in them. Wholeheartedly, I believe in them. I have heard things in a swamp that I cannot explain. I cannot tell you what the sound was or what it came from. I grew up in swamps. I pretty much have heard every animal cry, and there's some things I've never heard of. I know what you mean. Everything is out there to get you done. Yeah, but Jeff, we're rednecks, and we're just going to keep going back till we figure it out. Craig says I've never been so scared about. Listen, guys, he called me up, and he told me straight up. He said, "I'm not going in that swamp again by myself." He said they can have because he's trapping that swamp. He said, "I don't know. I don't even know if he went back and got his traps. I don't know if he went back and got them. I have no clue." He said he was going to leave them. Whatever it was, scared the snot out of him. Skunk ape, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, they're all the same. Yeah, well, they've already figured that was a hoax. The lizard man was a hoax. That turned out to be a farmer who was trying to scare some kids that were going out partying in his fields. That was a hoax. But yeah, that was in town of Bishopville. They actually got a restaurant down there in Bishopville called Lizard Man 1 and Lizard Man 2. They're side by side. Yeah. A spider or two is all I have to worry about. Oh my goodness. I have been in the swamp, even the Santee swamp. I have heard things that I cannot explain. And the last time I heard these noises, it was still dark, and I loaded up, and I even laughed to myself. I said, you know what? I'm shooting number fours in steel. I know this is not going to hurt anything, but when they find me, they're going to find out that I shot every bullet I had because um, I don't know, man. I don't know. I do believe in Bigfoot. Um, hey Grant, what's going on? Birds make some weird noises. Yeah, they do. But I'll tell you the scariest I have ever been in the swamp. This is a true story. And there was an old blind up in the swamp, and I actually know the guy that built it. He has passed away since, but um, it's a rule that if you come up on a blind and you get there, you can hunt it. And unless the guy shows up, and then you either gracefully leave or ask permission to hunt with him. Anyway, I'm up in there by myself, and this blind was probably about 4 foot above the water line. The water was about 6 foot deep. And I was in my boat. I put out all the decoys. I put the boat up under the blind. It had an open a hatch on the floor. You flip it up and you climb on in. Got a little ladder. I threw all my stuff in, tied the boat off, threw all my stuff up, got in there. I was by myself, and shut everything down. And I am sitting in the blind, waiting on daylight. And unbeknownst to me, there was an owl inside that blind. And that crazy thing decided he was going to sound off. And when he did, I took the front end of that blind completely off. I went running straight through the front of that blind, took it completely out into 6 feet of water, swimming as hard as I can, got in my boat, got out in the middle, and dude, it was way after daylight before I walked in. That thing scared the crap out of me. But that was the day you wish you had cameras or had somebody else there with you to verify the story. But like I said, unbeknownst to me, there was an owl, and he decided to sound off right behind my head. And when he did, I took the front of the blind completely off, completely out. About a week or two later, I ran into the guy that owned the blind. He asked me if I'd hunted his blind. I said, well, no, why? He said, well, somebody tore the front end off of this thing. We're going to spend a day fixing it. Man, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't been in that part of the swamp in a long time. Charles saying the devil's tramping ground is in North Carolina near Sanford. Crazy stories about it. Yep. Oh. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. Okay. But yeah, I've heard some crazy sounds out there. Yeah, there's a lot of things out there you can't explain. Some things can be explained. You just your mind starts to take control and whatnot. Um, I've never seen one. I've never seen a Bigfoot. Um, and I've seen videos of what people think are Bigfoots or could be. I don't know. I do believe in them, but I've always wanted to see one. I can tell you that. But then I sound like the Jersey Devil. One time we were alligator hunting out of Pax Landing, and at 3:30 a.m. we got stuck and had to get out and push the boat for way too long. That was sketchy. And I've heard things. I've never seen one. I have always wanted to. You know, I just think that I think they're a cool animal. I do believe in them. I do believe they're out there. Um, I want to see one. I hope that one day I do. I just hope I don't end up on its dinner plate. But I do want to see one. That's cool, Jeff. Yeah, I've had some sketchy things with alligators too. About 4 or 5 years ago, I was teal hunting by myself, and I was hunting in the boat. So I mean, um, I do hunt in the boat during teal season because of the alligators. I mean, they're everywhere. If you've ever been down to Santee, anybody's ever been down to Santee knows they're everywhere. And I'm sitting there, and I'd already shot a few teal. I've already retrieved them. I put them in the boat, and I felt the front of the side of the boat kind of dip, and I'm like, "What in the world?" And I stand up, and I look over the blind, and I've got about a 3-foot alligator trying to climb up into the boat with me. Which he never made it. He got a boat paddle, real quick, like on the top of his noggin. I've been out. I had shot a little. One of the last few seasons, I actually shot a limit of blue wing teal during teal season, and this was because SCWA hadn't started planting yet. They were all in the lake, and I shot a limit down, and it didn't take me. It wasn't but like a 10-minute shoot. I mean, boom. I mean, it was fast as I could put shells in the gun as I was shooting teal. And I got out of the boat to go retrieve them. And as I was walking to the last one, I saw the lily pads parting, and it was probably 5, maybe 6 foot alligator coming right at me and right at my duck. So the duck was in between both of us. And so the alligator, the duck, and then me. And believe it or not, I ran through that water to get my duck, and I hit that alligator with the barrel of my shotgun on the top of his head, and run him off and yelled at him, said, "You ain't getting my duck." He hung around for a while, and I had to pop a couple more times at him with the gun barrel, just hitting him like a club. And before I could crawl back into the boat. And but yeah, I've had a couple run-ins with alligators. They're just doing their thing. I mean, it's not like they're out to get you, but I've been freaked out with both a screech owl and a bobcat screaming in the dark, screaming. Woo! Yeah, that'd be kind of freaked out. You already know I trained saying you already trained with Sasquatch International hide and seek champion. Oh my goodness. All right, Charles, I appreciate you coming in, man. If you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button for me. I sure would appreciate it. Have a great week, buddy. I've had alligators swim up close to the boat while you're fishing. I've seen them. I've seen them in during duck season, even regular duck season when it's still warm. Um, we've caught them in my youth. We would catch. Sometimes we'd go out and catch a few of them, small ones, of course. I do not hunt them though. So if anybody asks, no, I don't. I don't hunt alligators. Not here. Um, I I heard a noise in the corner once, sounded like the predator from the movie. I found it was a frog. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. I don't hunt them. I don't. Here in South Carolina, they have a lottery system in order to get an alligator tag, and you can only get one. Um, and you have to take them a certain way. I think you have to use a bow or a spear, or you can hand line them with a grappling hook, and then you got to dispatch them with a bang stick and all this other kind of stuff. Um, if they would give out multiple tags, uh, 4 or 5 tags, and let us fish them like they do in Louisiana, I think that would be a whole lot more fun to do than riding all over the place in the dark. I just think that'd be a lot more fun. Um, Fisher cats are the music of the forest. I don't think I've ever heard of Fisher cat. I don't think we have any around here. We do. I don't know anything about them. The thing about alligator hunting is it usually comes in about the same time early teal season does here. And so I'd rather teal hunt. I'd rather teal hunt. I'd rather go out, try to shoot some teal in the morning, and then hit a dove field in that afternoon. Is what I prefer to do. Oh man, oh man. What else, gentlemen? We got about 10 more minutes left in the night. What y'all want to talk about for 10 more minutes? Give me an idea. Just, I mean, we're on the topic of crazy noises, so everyone lets everything loose. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Anti. I have had alligators get my ducks before. I have had that happen. I got a picture somewhere. I'll see if I can't find it. We were setting up hunting teal, and as soon as daybreak hit and where we could see, we kept noticing some movement in the grass beside us. And to be honest, I thought it was purple gallinoo or marsh hens or something. I didn't pay much attention to it. And then I started hearing little noises, little grunting sounds, and I took a better look, and it was a gaggle of alligators. There must have been 15 little small alligators, about yay big. But there was a whole bunch of them in there. So I know Mama was around somewhere. We got a problem with some kind of lizard that has invaded up here. Some kind of weird lizard. I forget the name of it. DNR says if you see it, kill it. So I'm looking like some kind of monitor lizard of some sort. I've never seen one, but I've heard rumors about them. And the only thing I can think of, somebody had them and released them. What else, gentlemen? A whole bunch. A bunch. A gaggle. A bunch. It's kind of like a gaggle of geese. It's actually a gaggle of geese. That's just a bunch of geese. But us Southern boys, we just use words. We just pick a word out and use it. Make y'all up north go, huh? Yep. We just like picking out words. We'll learn a new word today and try to use it. Oh my Lord, have mercy on my gizzards. Oh, gentlemen. Great t-shirt. I will make you one and you will wear it. Of course I will. That's okay. I speak fluent, Daddy Duck. That's what I'm saying, man. Sometimes you just got to say things to make people just go, huh? I'm serious. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Man, you should see when we have these team meetings that I have, these online team chats and stuff, and got to put your video up. You got to say some stuff, and I'll just come up with stuff, just off the wall stuff. and just off the wall stuff. And they just look at me. Actually, I had one person ask. They said they needed to get a translator just to translate what I'm saying, but that's okay because I really my southern accent really comes out hard when I'm talking to them, just because I like to watch their reactions. Actually, I think that'd be a great T-shirt. A gaggle of gators. Oh, I'm telling you, you make me that T-shirt and tie, and I will wear it on the next video. Y'all, Anti may know this guy. If Grant and Mark are still here, they'll know this guy, but his name is JV. And he sent me a shirt one time about 3 sizes too small. I wore that shirt on a video. Oh man, I felt so like an idiot, but I wore it. Do you remember that video, Mark? Just out of curiosity, I think I deleted it afterwards. But yeah, JV sent me that shirt, man. I forget what it said on it. I put it on, man. It was it didn't even cover half my belly. I will need one. You can knock out about 2 of them X's, but I'll need one. Oh, well, you never know what happens around here, dude. I got a weird sense of humor to begin with. Um, mm. Oh my goodness! All right, guys, we're going on 2 hours. Getting ready to call it a night. I know I got to work in the morning. A lot of y'all got to work tomorrow. Anyway, I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming in. The comb in my back pocket. Oh Lord! But I do appreciate y'all coming in. I really do. I don't care. We got 7, 8, 9, 10 people in here. Just a lot of fun. Um, tell your friends. Tell your friends, man. Tell them to come on in and join us. Um, if I get one of y'all, and get each one of y'all to get one person to subscribe to the channel, I will hit my mid-year mark of 2,400, which I'm trying to get. I just need about 9, maybe 10 people. That's it. So if you can get a hold of your friends, let them know, come on over. This is a good time. We have a good time here. Everybody that follows me knows that I'm clean as a whistle. I don't do crazy stuff. We have some fun, on the live stream, just chatting and whatnot. But it's all good and fun, man. We just have a great time. I hope you learned something along the way. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great evening. I hope you have a great rest of the week. And we will see y'all next time on Daddy Duck 365. Y'all have a good night, y'all.